It's Friday, October 20th, 2023. A lot to talk about today. Please make sure to like, make sure to share. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification down below so that you are alerted when the newest videos drop. But let's get right into what's happening today. Dow Jones down nearly 300 points today. NASDAQ down 202 points. Gold had a very nice day. It was up over $20 at one point. As I make this video, it's up $12.60, sitting at $1,993. To that individual that commented last week that they're losing all their money because they bought gold, well, here we are now, about $70 from gold's all-time high, and nothing bad has even happened yet. We have a long way to go. This is why you buy gold, for uncertainties, for events like the ones that are unfolding in the Middle East, for volatility in the stock market. You don't buy it to flip and make money. You buy gold for wealth preservation. You buy gold to protect yourself. You buy gold to protect yourself against inflation. We're going to see crazy inflation coming to America. We're going to see crazy events. We're going to see more chaos, more uncertainty. This is why I own gold. I don't care what people do. It's up to each individual and their circumstances, but I tell my friends, my family, my circle to buy gold, and they're doing that. I don't give financial advice, but I'm telling you, I'm going to continue to buy. I made an order last week from SD Bullion. I will do an unboxing when it gets here. If you need a reputable company, SD Bullion, go to my link down below. Again, I don't care if you buy it, you don't buy it, who you buy it from. If you do buy it from somebody reputable. Don't put all your money or all your eggs in one basket, ladies and gentlemen, but you should be diversified. That's how I'm doing it. I'm being diversified. I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket, but I think at this point, with what we're witnessing now beginning to unfold, we've been talking about this for years, and now it's knocking at the door. I think it's very, very important to be owning gold. I bought a little bit of silver too, but we saw the 10-year Treasury yield yesterday. I thought it hit 4.99. Apparently, it broke 5% for the first time since 2007. So not a very, very good sign. And you know, as we're talking about what transpired today in the markets, and it seems that we're going to see more and more volatility in these markets in the Middle East. More volatility socially, geopolitically. Things are really unraveling, ladies and gentlemen. I trained an hour and a half in jiu-jitsu this morning, went back to the house. I jumped in the pool. The water's nice and cold, and I just wanted to cool my body down a little bit. And there was an older woman in the pool, and I met her probably a year ago. We had a short chat. She's probably about 75, 78 years old, and retired nurse, nice lady. And we were chatting for about 20 minutes today. And of course, she wants to make it very apparent that she owns a Mercedes parked out, you know, in front of the pool. C-Class, though. I wouldn't really consider that a Mercedes, but it's a starter kit. But she wanted to make that very, apparent that, you know, I own a Mercedes, my house is paid for, and we're just, you know, we're talking about the economy and things like that. So, hey, wonderful, your house is paid for, you're retired, a retired nurse, that's really nice. So we started talking a little bit more about the economy, and she seemed to start getting a little bit nervous now, and she started, you know, talking about the housing market, and you know, I started just bringing up some data points, you know, the home prices, and she started asking me what I thought, you know, the real estate market was going to do, and we're just having a nice chat, and I just said, you know, I find it, you know, interesting that when we look at Orange County, California, the average home in Orange County, California is nearly $1 million at this point, yet the average household income is $120,000. And she said, no, the average household income in Orange County is not $120,000. And I said, well, you could Google it right now. Actually, it's $108,000. But so she seemed almost offended that, you know, that the average household in Orange County is $120,000, while the average house is $1 million. Because I'm asking, how is this sustainable? She didn't have an answer. And then I asked her, you know, when you look at houses back in the early 80s, average house in America, $68,000, I believe. Average income was around $23,000, $24,000. She goes, well, the house I grew up in wasn't $68,000, it was $150,000. And I said, well, we're not talking about your house. We're talking in general here, the average across America. How come you could take 3 years of income to pay off a house. Now it takes 10 years of income to pay off a house. So I'm just saying this is unsustainable. I'm just, I'm just building up a little data here. And she almost seemed like she was getting perturbed here. And she's like, well, I got to go. I'm glad we solved the world's problems. And I said, we didn't solve the world's problems. We just exposed a lot of the world's problems. And I said, she said, have a nice day. I said, well, look, have a nice day, but be very, very careful living in the bubble you're living in. But God bless you. Very polite, very polite. But, this is the problem today where people like this, I'm sure she's a very, very nice lady, not in the best physical shape, but how prepared is she? She's probably obviously living on a 401k, maybe a pension. Inflation is going up continuously. The cost to put gas in that car is going up. The cost of food on the table is going up. I can tell you her HOA has gone way up. And so, these are the type of people who don't want to hear anything. They just want to walk away and just hope that these problems go away. Don't be negative. Don't scare me. I want this all to go away. And the problem is, it's not going to go away, ladies and gentlemen, and you cannot be a person like this. First off, get yourself in the best physical shape that you can. This woman was not, and this is not being judgmental. This is being observant. This is a person out of shape. This is a person who does not want to believe what is going on. You can Google the household income of Orange County in 2 seconds. You can Google any of the information of home prices in 1982, average income of 1982. This is just stuff you can pull up in 2 seconds. And yet, oh, that's not true. I don't believe that. No, or my house costs more, so those numbers are wrong. So instead of actually preparing, people would rather just deny the truth and hope it goes away. But I like to sometimes debate people like this, talk with people like this, because they have no data, they have no facts. They're flying blind. They're literally flying through life blind, living on their 401k or their pension, believing and hoping that it will never go away because the system and their politicians told them so. I feel sorry for people like this, because when people continue to watch the retirement savings get crushed, we saw that yellow trucking, 30,000 people lose their jobs, their pensions have been decimated. What happens if this lady's pension's decimated? She got money put away. She trained. Is she in great physical shape? Does she have assets? Thank God her house is paid for. That's good. But guess what? You have property taxes. You have an $800 HOA. So what would you do? So I ask this question to everybody. You got to get out of the system. You cannot rely on a pension. You cannot rely on a 401k. These things can be gone literally overnight, like a puff of smoke. You got to have something to fall back on. That's why I put gold and silver away. That's why I'm stacking cash. That's why I'm buying a farm in the South. I'm doing whatever I can to get out of the control of the system. Anybody sitting here going, yeah, my pension's going to be here for the next 10 years, or I'm going to have a pension in 10 years. I hope you do. I really do. But again, people like this, I feel sorry for, because they have no idea what is about to hit them. They literally just deny, like, there's inflation, gas prices are going up, that this is not affecting their lifestyle. I don't know, maybe her retirements, maybe she's on a pension and she gets $50,000 a year. What's $50,000 a year today, especially in Southern California? It's nothing. And it's sad. I mean, $50,000 used to be great money. But let's shift gears here. I just want to share that little story with you. I was not mean to her. I was very, very polite. But again, these people are flying blind. They have no facts, no data. They have no idea what's going on, and they certainly have no idea what's coming. And this older woman, I mean, these are the people I really worry about. Older people who still believe everything's going to be okay because a politician told them so. Somebody on the television told them so. Regional bank shares slump as lenders warn of more pain from higher interest rates. It says here, regional banks saw a steep sell-off today after a number of weak quarterly earnings reports highlighting the negative impact from higher interest rates soured investor sentiment towards the industry. This is going to get much worse, ladies and gentlemen. Now remember this, $1.5 trillion in real estate, or excuse me, commercial real estate mortgages comes due over the next 3 years. And who is this going to affect the most? Regional banks. Be very, very cautious where you're parking your money right now. I'm sure like this older woman today, she probably has a lot of her money parked in a regional bank. What happens when that regional bank says, we've got problems? We may have to do a bail-in. We may not be able to give you your money back. Be careful. Be careful. We are in uncharted waters now. There's a lot of things that can happen, and people, again, believe that they're protected, that the government's protecting them, the system's protecting them, their politicians protecting them. They're not. You are on your own. You need to realize that right now today. You are on your own. U.S. wraps up fiscal year with a budget deficit near $1.7 trillion. This is up 23%. We, ladies and gentlemen, have a spending addiction. And this is going to really be the fall of America if something is not resolved very, very soon. A $1.7 trillion deficit. What more do I need to say about that? What more do I need to say about that? You believe that they're not going to continue to raise rates. You believe they're not going to stay higher for longer. You believe that we're not going to see more inflation. You really believe this? You really believe that the dollar is going to be the end-all, be-all currency 5 or 10 years from now? You really believe this? You really believe that your pensions and your 401ks are going to be there? Tesla stock ends the week down 15%, the worst performance of the year. More bad news today. Here's another one from CNBC. As mortgage rates hit 8%, home affordability is incredibly difficult, economists say. Do you really need to be an economist to know this? The 30-year now over 8%. Home buyers, get this, must earn $114,627 to afford a median-priced home. I looked at the national debt clock today. Median income in the U.S. right now, $36,000. Median new home, $428,000. Median income in 2000, the year 2000, was $32,000. Think about that. We're in 2023 and the median income is only up $6,000. Median new home in 2000 was $167,000. Now it's nearly 3 times that. The median home price in 1982, as I spoke earlier with this woman, I had to look it up to verify. The median home price in 1982 was $69,000. The median household income was $23,430. So basically 3 years of income equal the price of that home. Today, if you have a median income, the median $36,000 versus the median new home price is $428. That's over 10 times. So if you had a household income, median household income is around, let's just round it off to $80,000. Median household income, $80,000. The median new home is $42,000. So that's over 5 times your income. That is unsustainable. Wolfstreet.com. Home prices fall further. Peak was in June 2022. Demand crashes. Price cuts jump. Supplies and days on market rise. So active listings rose 4.9% in September from August. That's a big number. The national median price of previously owned houses, condos, and co-ops fell to $394,300 in September. That is down by 4.7% from the peak 18 months ago in June of 2022. That's according to the National Association of Realtors. We look at home sales. They are down 15.4% from 2022. If we look at from these peaks of say 2021, we are down. Home sales are down from 2021 35.9%. Now, if we look at 2019, home sales are down nearly 27%. Demand, ladies and gentlemen, is going to fall faster than the supply. So get ready for that. Demand is falling fast. Supply is rising. Demand is falling faster. And we're going to see the listings. We're going to see more listings. We're going to see more inventory rising faster and faster, but demand is going to fall even faster. People can't qualify. People's credit is being destroyed. And less people are going to be able to qualify for these properties, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a fact. People are losing jobs. People are getting divorced. People are racking up massive medical bills. They're racking up massive credit card bills. They're getting cars repoed. Again, credit's being destroyed. Incomes are being lost. Families are being divided. And demand is going to fall very, very fast. Here's another one today from the Hedge. 3,700 Detroit casino workers walk off the job. So not only do we have the auto union striking, and so we have 3 automakers on strike, but now we have almost 4,000 casino workers in Detroit on strike. Where does it end? It only continues to get worse. Here's another one today from the Hedge. Telecom giant Nokia plans 14,000 job cuts as profits plunge. 5G market struggles. 14,000, that's roughly 16% of its workforce. I think the workforce is around 86,000. They're warning that the timing of the market recovery is uncertain after weaker demand for 5G equipment, and this is why they are laying off all of these people. Third quarter sales were down over 20% year over year. I believe they employ between 10 and 11,000 people here in the U.S. So I don't know how many people here, how many of their workers will be affected here in the U.S., but I'm sure it will be a decent number. Again, these people have mortgages, they have bills, they have credit card payments, they have rents, they have auto payments. You lose a well-paying job, you're in very, very big trouble. So again, here's more of the news. Yet I know somebody will comment and tell us how great everything is, that the economy is doing really, really good. Please point to those facts. I would love, please comment down below. Let us know where the economy is booming. Where is the economy booming right now? I would love to know. And give us the facts. Don't just say it is. Give us some data. I'm going to wrap it up with this last article today. It's titled, U.S. warns every American abroad to be cautious. Obviously, we all know what's happening in the Middle East. Things are escalating. We've had, I think we shot down 3 rockets that were shot at one of our destroyers today. So there's no doubt things are escalating. We're in this war. We're going to help finance this war. But this warning to Americans abroad, I say this, I'm warning people right here on U.S. soil. Please be careful. Please be aware of what is going on. There are a lot of people here now from other places that do not like you, do not like your country, do not like your beliefs, do not like your religious beliefs. They don't even like the way you look. So please be extremely careful where you're going. Probably hanging out in large crowds or big concerts or sporting events, you're taking a risk. Be careful. Make sure that you have your security in order. If you carry, you need to be carrying everywhere, every day. Again, this isn't for just Americans abroad. This is for Americans right here on U.S. soil. We are really, I believe, as we end this year, we are about ready. We're on the verge of seeing some huge events, really huge events. And this is going to play out into 2024. So think about where we're at right now. We're on the verge of a massive depression. We're in 2 wars. We are bankrupted. We owe $33.5 trillion. We have 190, if you include unfunded liabilities, we're about $190 trillion. The average person, or half this country doesn't even have $400 saved up. The average person is drowning in debt. It just goes on and on and on. 43 million people in this country on food stamps. And yet I'm talking to a woman today that wants to make it clear she's driving a C-Class Mercedes and that her house when she grew up was $150,000. Again, people trying to, pretend to be something that they're not. Look, there's no shame in driving a C-Class, okay? It's not really a Mercedes, but whatever. There's no shame in that, okay. But you got to wake up and start dealing with what's happening today. And like I told this lady, be careful, get out of the bubble that you're living in. Don't stay in this bubble, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter what zip code you live in. It doesn't matter about the emblem on your car. Doesn't matter what type of job you have. What matters is what you're doing right now to be a better person, to be a stronger person, and to be a person that can protect yourself, your family, your assets, and maybe even possibly your country. Again, it's not about being pretentious, being something that you're not. We see all these people on social media pretending they're going broke, trying to be rich, ladies and gentlemen. They're going broke trying to pretend to be rich. That's the society we're in right now. And I worry about these people because these will be the people knocking at your door for help. I was speaking to somebody today. People are going to come to your house and ask you to protect them. They're going to be hungry. They're going to be desperate. They're going to be scared. What are you going to do? These are things you've got to be thinking about right now because the potential of this happening is very real. And again, when I speak to people like this today, when I was at the pool, I mean, these people are in La La Land. Do you think I really care about your C-Class Mercedes? Do you think? I don't. I care about what you're doing right now to be a stronger, better person, what you're doing to protect yourself, what you're doing to protect America. Not these pipe dreams that, your pension's going to be there, your 401k is going to be there, and your beautiful house is going to be there. Nobody cares about that. Again, this is why I have a very close circle of friends and why I'm very, very selective where I spend my time and the people I spend my time with. Because I don't care what kind of car somebody drives. Look, I think it's great when people are successful, they're working hard, they're passionate about what they do. That's extremely important. And if you can afford to drive a nice car, drive it. I totally agree. If you can afford it and write a check for it, beautiful. You deserve it. But don't try to be something you're not. Be real. Be somebody right now who's in this game, who's really doing something, who's getting better, getting in better shape, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. And that's something too. Most people never mention the spiritual side of this and how they're bettering themselves spiritually with God, because we are dealing with very, very disturbed people, very evil people now. And this isn't taking sides. People write to me, go, oh, why don't you say something about these people? Why don't you say something about these people? I'm not taking any sides. First off, I'm praying for Israel. I'm praying for the people of Palestine. There's innocent people on both sides. I get that. But you have a very evil group of people. Here's where I draw the line. When you start mowing down people's dogs, children, elderly, innocent people, that is purely demonic. I don't care what side you're on. And if Israel did that, I would condemn that. And I'm not condemning Israel. I'm not condemning Palestine or the Palestinians. There's innocent people on both sides. But we know the group that got on their little motorcycles, that went to the other side, who did some very, very evil things to a group of people. And we know the people now who are making threats over here on U.S. soil, because the FBI now and DOJ is releasing information that, these threats are beginning to escalate, and they're not coming from Israel, okay? So again, I'm not taking either side. There's wonderful people on both sides, innocent people, kids, that nobody deserves this on either side. But you have a very, very demonic group on this side who chose to do some very, very bad things, and they took people. They took young girls. They took old people, and they did some very, very, very bad things. And they need to be punished for this, and we need to destroy evil, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so it doesn't matter what your zip code is, what kind of car you're driving, how much your house costs. I don't care. What are you doing right now to be a warrior? What are you doing right now to get stronger, faster, better? What are you doing to get closer to God right now? What are you doing to get more proficient with your security? What are you doing right now to build up that capital and those reserves for emergency? That's what we all need to be thinking. Think about that this weekend. I don't want to rant. I know I'm going on here. Comment down below about anything you want to comment on. Have a great weekend. But stay safe, ladies and gentlemen. Pay attention, okay? We don't know what could happen. I'm very concerned about the grids, the water systems. It would not take much to shut a couple of these down in very, very big cities. And this could really cause huge trouble with our markets, with society. You want to see a crime wave unleash? Shut the lights off for a couple days and you will see record-breaking crime. If you think it's bad now, shut the lights off for 48 hours and you're going to see outrageous types of crime right here. But again, we worry about crime, but the thing we also have to worry about is we got a lot of people over here from all over the world who are here for very, very bad reasons, bad intentions. So be careful, be safe, be proficient, and be walking close to God. Have a good weekend. Stay safe.